Hey all, Cohen here. So I just wanted to do a quick update. I contacted Align Surgical, Dr. Safer's office, and I asked them. I had messaged the person that I'm supposed to deal with a couple times, and I hadn't heard back. So I messaged the other person that I had contact for, because at the moment I only have two contact emails, just asking if anyone from Dr. Chang's office had gotten my information to contact me to set up a consult. That was on Friday. And on Monday, I got a phone call from Dr. Chang's office, and I have my phone consult with him on Friday at 12:30 my time, Ontario, Canada. They're in San Francisco, so that will be 9:30 in the morning their time. Uh, so pretty much that's going to be happening in a day and a bit, which is exciting. He's going to be my microsurgeon for my upcoming surgery. Once I have my consult with him, I was told that I will be able to move on to booking, which will be great. I still do have to figure out my OHIP funding, because when I applied for it, if you've watched my videos prior to this one, you'll know that I had gotten my funding back in January, but I didn't find out that I had funding until 2 months later. So therefore, it left me with 4 months of funding. On the forms, it says that you have to start the process before 6 months happen, like 6 months from the date that you were given your approval. And so at this point, I'm just curious if that means that I'm okay now because I've already started the process, or once I'm booked, that means that I've started the process and therefore I don't need to ask for an extension of funding. But I also don't want to get there and be caught with them saying, oh, well, like, your funding expired at the 6 months, and the 6 months is now 2 months away. So I know that I will not be having surgery probably until September. I'm thinking that that is going to be the soonest that I personally will be able to get in, with having to get some money together, with having to make sure that my caregiver is available, to make sure that my in-laws and my mom are available to help my wife and my son out while I'm gone, because I'll probably be gone for 3 weeks. So there's still a lot to get sorted and organized. I did ask my GP's office about the funding, and they pretty much told me that they have no idea and they've applied, and that I should talk to Dr. Safer's office, which they're in the US, so it's not like they're like linked in with OHIP. But just have a rather annoying conversation during my one doctor's appointment, which I probably will make a video about, because I felt very uncomfortable during that appointment, and I was just trying to get some basic information, and I felt very rushed, and just like the person that was dealing with me didn't know what they were telling me or talking about, and just like almost like they felt uncomfortable being around me, which, and the situation, which made me feel uncomfortable. But yeah, I'll make a different video about that. um, but I just wanted to let everybody know that I do have my consult with the microsurgeon coming up on Friday, and once I talk to Dr. Chang, I will make a video letting everyone know what we discussed and what the next steps moving forward are. So hopefully before the new year and before the end of the fall, I can have all this wrapped up and taken care of, because in August it'll be 5 years since I started this whole journey. I will say that some of it was due to complications. The complications did not arise until I got home for the most part, so those were not issues that were the surgeon's fault. They were also not necessarily my fault. I was given not great care coming back, and trying to find somebody to help me just look after myself was very difficult, and wound care ended up being the best route for me to go with that. It's been a whole ordeal. I've had more issues with the health care that I've tried to access here when I've needed it versus the health care that I've been given in the States. It's very different going there and then coming back afterwards. So I'm just ready to finish this all up. It's been long, it's been difficult, it's been mentally draining, but at the end of the day, I did it. I'm almost done. I don't regret anything. There are obviously things like you wish you knew this or you wish that you might have done this, but nobody has all the answers, and every surgeon does things differently. And a lot of the times you can also find other ways to care for certain things post-op that your surgeon will agree with, but they might not have suggested or done. So, it's a learning experience. You shouldn't have to learn going through all this, everything that most of us have to, because we become educators a lot of the time, and that adds extra stress. So I'm hoping that in future things can just get easier and better. Right now, I know that the climate of the world is kind of a shit show, so thinking that that might change right now isn't really something that I'm thinking is going to be huge. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I also just wanted to put out there, if anybody has been to Ottawa for surgery with Dr. Comier. I do know that he trained in San Francisco, and I do know that he was part of a lot of people's phalloplasties that had surgery when he was training, and I've heard good things about him from those people. However, that was training, and I'm more curious to find out about what's going on now and what he's doing, and if anybody has any experience, so that I can maybe try to look into it a little bit more and give some people information about that. Because as much as I have, I'm happy with who I chose, I'm happy with where I went. To be honest, it would have been easier if I could have stayed closer to home. And I know that there are a lot of people that accessing out of country or accessing certain surgeons isn't doable. So if anybody has any information, please let me know. And then also, too, that would be helpful, because if anybody that I know, or if I personally end up having any issues post-op or down the line, that would be a person and possibly a hospital that would be good to talk to try to go figure out issues. Because when you try to go to a general practitioner, at least for me, a lot of the times, it's usually just labeled as being a trans thing. You're having an issue because you're trans, you're having an issue because of this. And not really much is done, and then you might be sent to a urologist that isn't really trained in trans lower surgery or trans people in general. It shouldn't be that difficult, but it is. And, for other people and also for myself, I would like to know a little bit more information about this surgeon, so that those of us who might need something done in future, or who might have an issue, or people that are looking for surgery options, there's not a lot of information out there that I've gotten yet, and that would be something I would like to have to share with other people. So if you have experienced a consult, conversations, surgery, or anything with Ottawa and Dr. Comier, please feel free to drop me a comment below, or you can go on to Transfellas Instagram and shoot me a DM and chit chat with me. I'd love to hear. It's exciting to know that there are more options coming about, and I also want to be informed on this, even though I'm pretty much done my personal phalloplasty journey. It'd be very beneficial to know about other things. So yeah, anyhow, that's kind of all I wanted to say. Decided to do the spur of a moment, and I will update y'all possibly on the weekend. So take care, have a great rest of your week, and I will chat at you later. Peace.